Ladies and gentlemen, it's absolute privilege and pleasure to be here this evening to accept this award on behalf of His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales. I know how disappointed he was not to be here, but also how delighted he was to accept the award in the first place, not least because of the association with the great Ted Turner, and also because of the particular mission of the Captain Planet Foundation, bringing awareness to young people and empowering them to do something about the really quite grave difficulties that we face as a global community. You saw the video message from the Prince just now, and characteristically covering a very broad range of issues, and evidently very pleased to be receiving this award this evening. One thing I would say, however, is that the Prince of Wales, as ever, is also far too modest. It's quite instructive to know that he's been working on these questions now for getting on for 50 years, would you believe? His first speech on an environmental subject was given in December 1968, so 48 years ago this month. And I know for a very certain fact that he's been raising issues of planetary sustainability consistently and almost weekly ever since. And I just jotted down a few of the subjects that he's covered as he's been trying to draw people's attention to these questions using the very particular position that he has to do so. So he's spent a great deal of time trying to draw attention to the importance of sustainable farming and looking after soils, as he did again this evening. How to build resilience in the face of global change, a really key question right now. Opportunities provided for economic growth and development from biomimicry and understanding the inspiration we can get from the natural world. Strategies for combating poverty, the importance of the precautionary principle, how to harness accountancy for sustainability through his Accounting for Sustainability initiative, how to increase the benefits we get from natural capital and indeed community capital. He's worked on the questions of excluded young people, the linkages between health and sustainability, the importance of faiths and why sustainability must embody a sense of the sacred, the perils arising from climate change, of course, and the importance of conserving the tropical rainforests. And I can tell you that's only a selection of the things that he's been trying to draw people's attention to. And many of those contributions were made at very important moments. For example, in the run-up to the Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit in 1992. He was very active in raising the climate change question before the Copenhagen Summit in 2009. And he gave the opening address at the Climate Change COP in Paris in 2015. And I do believe that helped to create a sense of unity and common purpose that very few people could bring, given the position that he holds, which is neutral. It's beyond any particular political agenda and really is about speaking for the common good. He's also spent a lot of time pointing to the long-term nature of all of this and the extent to which we need to be looking over the horizon, something that's very difficult to do in the kind of society that we now live in, where everything is so immediate. I have to say, however, ladies and gentlemen, that he's not only been taking the view looking forward, but also the view looking sideways, and helping us to understand that all of these questions that we face, deforestation, exclusion, poverty, climate change, these are not separate issues, they're all related to one another. And he spent a great deal of time and a great deal of reflection and thought in the development of a philosophy, if you will, called harmony. And I know the compelling nature of this particular idea, having spent 2 years working with him on the book called Harmony that was published in 2010, which sets out this integrated view, a holistic way of looking at these challenges, which is, I think, pretty unique and which is really an idea which is fit for our times. He's done many practical things, setting up initiatives, some of which are now very much a part of the fabric of my country. The business in the community organization, the Prince's Trust being two of them. And on the sustainability side, his International Sustainability Unit, which I'm privileged to help advance its agenda, convening groups of people from across the world, from many different disciplines, from many different sectors, trying to build common cause around really wickedly difficult problems. How do we stop the destruction of the rainforests? How do we sustain fish stocks? How do we secure food for 9 billion people and counting in the second half of this century? And he's been very effective on all of this. And I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, that ever since I first found an interest in these subjects growing up in England in the 1960s and 70s, there have been very, very few threads of consistent inspiration helping us to see an optimistic future lying over that horizon. And indeed, I can think of only one person, really, who's been there consistently bearing the torch on this subject. He's been recognized this evening by the Captain Planet Foundation, and I, for one, think that you couldn't have made a better choice. And while I'm here this evening just saying a few brief remarks about his achievements, I can tell you that he told me to tell you that he's not finished yet, and actually he thinks he's got an awful lot more to do and is looking forward to working with all of you in doing it. I will be travelling back to London tomorrow evening. I will be meeting with the Prince of Wales on Tuesday. I will be handing him this award in person, and I know that he won't be more thrilled to receive it. Thank you very much indeed.